welcome to this reading for the collective, to just check in with the energies and see what we're facing right now. So at the middle of this reading is the Fool, and we're looking at taking a leap. We're looking at taking a big step forward or a big step into the unknown. You have been doing work. There is a sense that you're reaching this point where a leap is necessary or a leap is being asked of you, because you've already been doing foundational work around this. You have already been perhaps resetting some of your schedules, creating good habits, looking at how you're kind of operating in your day-to-day, where you're putting your energy, how you're managing your tasks, things like that. And a foundation has been set, a foundation of consistency has been set. There comes a point where the consistency has built you up enough to allow for leaps to be taken. And this moment right now may well be a point where you know that you're ready for the leap, but it doesn't quite feel safe, obviously. It's never going to really feel safe. It's never going to feel safe to leap, jump off a cliff into water, or move, go into the unknown, leave the things that you know very well, leave the things that you rely on, start to do things in a new way. Again, this process has been started, and you know if you've been very much engaged with creating new habits. And it seems like recently you've started to see a shift as well in what's coming around you, what kind of offers you're being given, advancements in career, advancements financially. There are little tidbits coming in as a result of the work that you've already been doing. We are now at a moment where you may feel almost like a pause before you jump. What's coming up in the mind with this is, in some cases, a grasping for or a need for a particular plan, a particular piece of information, or the information on the outcome before you leap. That's completely natural. It's natural when you take a risk to want to know the outcome, to want to know what you're dealing with, to have solid, clear information. And if there is information that you are getting clear on, then that's fine. But what we want to look at here is that the entire experience of the leap of faith, the entire experience of moving into an unknown space, is that we have to be able to accept that we don't quite know exactly what's going to happen. In the next few days, and as you're contemplating this, perhaps even as you take this leap, you are actually putting yourself in a position to feel much more connected with who you are. You would not be taking a leap of faith against yourself. If there's something that you want to move on, or something that you want to begin without having firm and solid answers, it's because it's something that you want. It's because it's something that feels connected to you. And so it's only fear and unknown elements at this point, at this moment, that might be getting in the way. It's interesting because this also comes up potentially as a fear or a block, is a questioning around, what do you want? Do you want this? Is this something that is coming directly from your soul? Is this something where you're kind of caught up in uncertainty around what the leap is that you're expected to take, or why you are taking it? So that's certainly something to consider. But from Spirit's perspective, this is just a moment for bold action. This is a moment for you to just do without thinking. And we are releasing a lot of the traps that we might have built and found ourselves in around overthinking every action. This is the moment to act on our impulse, act on our aligned instinct, and that will be rewarded, right? The really important thing to know here is that when we are in our minds wanting the extra information, wanting everything to be shown to us, wanting to know exactly what the outcomes are, what we're protecting ourselves against is disaster, right? Failure, things falling apart. What Spirit wants to communicate, what the message is here, is that those moments are going to happen. Those moments are going to happen in life. There are going to be times where things fall apart. There are going to be times where we take a leap and we make a choice and we take bold action, and it doesn't necessarily pan out in the way that we planned, or the way that we wanted, or the way that we expected. If we are living our whole life and stopping ourselves from moving forward for the sake of trying to preserve a structure, any structures within our life, for the sake of trying to make sure that nothing goes wrong, we are always only acting from a place of fear and largely not acting at all. The key here is to accept that towers will come down. And what I mean by that is that when we take bold action, when we take action aligned with our spirit, when we take action aligned with our true desire and intention, there is a possibility that things get a little messy. There are those possibilities, because what we're not responsible for are the way that other people around us might act and react, knowing exactly how the outcome will unfold. But what we can be aware of as we move through this is that we are deepening our faith in ourselves, and we are deepening our faith in the interconnectedness of the universe, the cosmos, the earth, the world, the people, beings and energies that exist around us. We're not alone in this. And if something does go wrong, it's not as it seems from our perspective. We can only equate what's going wrong and what's going right with our exact conditioned expectation on how things need to run. So it might be that we take exactly the right leap, that we take exactly the right action, and things start to shake up a little bit and we start to feel that we've made the wrong decision, but we haven't. This is a really, really clear message to trust ourselves. And that's also why attachment to the outcome is, detachment to the outcome is really important. I don't want to give you fear with this. It's much more a state of acceptance that's being required. And there's a question around, how do we trust in ourselves? If our trust in ourselves is based only on being delivered with the guarantee or the expectation that nothing will ever go wrong or nothing will ever be shaken up around us as a result of our inspired action, then we are potentially asking for the wrong thing, asking the wrong question. Instead, what we need to be looking at is, do I trust myself that when I move with inspired and aligned action, I am creating the changes that I need to create in my world? I am moving with my energy and intention. I am making the impact that I am here to make, and that does not include that is not limited to the idea that we should never rock the boat, never shake things up, keep everything calm and still. That's a conditioning response. That expectation is a fear response in itself. You're here to make an impact. You're here to make waves. Let yourself move from an aligned space. Trust in yourself in the next steps that you need to take. You are supported. You are supported. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for checking out this reading. You can, of course, please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fire, Feather and Stone, and I'll see you soon.